Hello, welcome back. Last time I kind of zoomed right through this whole series of puzzles. I understood them right away and it was nice. Then I realized that there were a couple here that I had not finished doing that I'd forgotten about. Q. Let's try and understand this. So I remember why I couldn't do this before, and it had to do with the position of this Baba. Has this puzzle ripened yet? I have a near keyword. This was the first time I saw the near keyword. I also have an is that takes up 2 spaces, and 2 is's that only take up 1 each. So the thing I'm trying to do is for both Baba and Kiki to simultaneously be push. I cannot overlap these because this one cannot move, right? Now there's some things I can maybe do with float. I see that Kiki is float right now. Don't feel like that has any meaningful implications. Ice is push, but you're still stop. Wall add Baba and Kiki is stop. Yeah, so last time my problem with this was I just did not see an end state. So let's try a little harder to work backward. First of all, what can I work backward from? Properties I have are float, tella, and push. Words I have are ice, Kiki, and Baba. 3 is's, and I have a near modifier. It's weird to me that the is's are plentiful, more or less, but I have this going on. There's gotta be a reason. Like, the only thing I know about this is that it prevents me from crossing both ways with it. So this makes a single axis is. This one could be used on 2 axes at the same time. But when I can... I mean, how many double axis things could I want to phrase? Like, with only 3 endings... Well, no, I mean, those could be endings, I guess. Ice is ice, Baba is Baba, Kiki is Kiki, so no, none of these... Well, this one especially. Neither of these can be the ending of anything interesting. Ice can't turn into Kiki. Kiki can't turn into ice. Baba can't turn into Kiki or ice. Nobody changes. Text is always float. Skull is you. So anything that involves transmutation is right out. So that's fine. I get to control floatiness of Baba, Kiki, or ice. Now, an unfloating Kiki could still not have a floating ice pushed over top of it, nor vice versa. The float modifier was to apply to the ice so that it can apply to text, right? So if you stop being push, right now I'll teleport, push can't teleport, and now push can teleport. And I could totally do... Okay, so near is a discriminating word. A qualifier. So if I discriminate that only ice near Kiki is float, then that makes me... that lets me have just one end of this. Teleport words through. Actually, so this direction to this direction for non-floating, so me. This direction to this direction for floating. Okay, fascinating. So it changes the directionality based on whether you're floating or not, but it only goes one way. Now, none of any of this allows ice to overlap, allows ice to be pushed under this text. And if I can't overlap this, then there's no way I'm making both this and something else push, right? Now, I can absolutely overlap all the text I want as long as I can move the text, right? So here's how that would work. Hi, you're a Kiki. So ice near Kiki is float. Well, you know what? Let's do it this way. It's easier. And ice is tele. So all the text I want, which I mean I really only have 3 words at this point, but all the text I want can overlap itself right now. It sure seems an awful lot like that is very intentional, and that's exactly how I'm supposed to use this whole mechanism. But the only overlapping text I can see being useful is Baba and Kiki, and Baba cannot move. Like, that's remained constant. Baba cannot move, so I can't overlap it with Kiki. Oh! It just hit me all at once. This is amazing! Oh, that's so good. So if I can't oh, this is amazing. Well, I'm impressed. Alright, well I know exactly what to do now. So I need to... Wow! Okay, so the fruit ripened. All of a sudden... here, again, it's easier to do it this way. So I know exactly what I'm overlapping now. I love it. Ice near Kiki is float. Ice is push. This initial rule shuffling is always a little awkward. It's fine though. Okay. So ice is push. Ice near Kiki is float. There. So you're near Kiki. So what I want to... Okay, so now the puzzle is how do I overlap these things? So I need to claim these guys. They are important. I understand the distinction now. So I would want the I to overlap with a Kiki. You're not Tella right now. There we go. Now I might want... No, these both specifically have to be Tella at the same time. I couldn't like overlap this with float and have it work because only one teleporter just goes nowhere. This is fine. I can do these separately. Alright, so you two are overlapped. Next I want to overlap is with S. Where do I have an is that can do that? It's gonna be tricky. Gonna have to move this ice, but I can't. So is and S have to overlap, which just means an is has to get into this. Which is though? Do I need to overlap something else so I can phrase this differently? That sounds hazardous. Because I could start losing... Well, no, it's probably a good idea, actually. So like if I folded this is in here, folded that in there, then I could have this all linearized and push that is onto there and have it do what I want. What am I doing again? I'm putting an is with this S. Some of you will have seen where I'm going with this, some of you might not have yet. It's fine, don't worry about it. But if I need both of these phrased this way and I'm using both is's for it, then what I do is this. I claim that, I take this back, and I guess I have to phrase that as part of this, which is totally fine. There's just enough room for this. That's okay. Kiki can float. Not a problem. Ice near Kiki is float. Ice is Tella, and I get an is. Perfect. And all of this is fully retrievable. There we go. Alright, so if I overlap the is here. So here's the magic. I mean, I kind of did the magic, but here's the real magic. Yeah, you're Tella. I get it. So Baba. Kiki. Kiki I is S. Push. So I made one long is and one short is so that I didn't have to pull out the Baba. That's so good. Boy, what a delightful puzzle. That's amazing. I love it. Yeah, just like the one superfluous element, the long is. Why was it there? I figured it out. Star drop. I remember looking at this and just not getting it. Yeah, there's like a whole lot of moving pieces here. Belt is shift, grass is grass. Belt does not flag. Baba is you, skull is defeat, ghost is ghost, and stop. I don't see a ghost, but I can phrase ghost out of this. That's right. Okay, so this is an anagrams puzzle. Yeah, I remember. This was the hag sorts. That was the one. Mia's move and push. Flag is win. Well, flag is win right now. So don't make belt not shift. Or your flag will stop being win and... So, hold up, what are you saying? So to make belt not shift, then I just make belt not belt, right? Because yeah, that is never getting back there no matter what. So at no point can belt not be belt. That's the protection against this. Or, well, maybe it can for a turn, but then, you know, nothing would happen. I cannot phrase me. Me, LT. I need, like, some tiny letters up at the top. So I can just use that. Yeah, so I don't have an M or an E here, so no doing that. Fall, star drop. So star wants to fall. I remember looking at this and figuring out... Ghost. Ghost is ghost and stop. Wall is stop. Now... Okay, so... I'm imagining melting this belt. This will do the opposite of what I want. I don't remember why I want this belt gone, but I do remember I wanted that belt gone at one point. Yeah, so this isn't like open and shut. One thing clearly wins in that transaction, and it's not me in this case. It's not me at all. Me is over here. So Baba can stop being melt. Why would I ever, in any possible circumstance, want this to be true? Well, if I were someone other than Baba. But that's not happening. Baba is you, and that's always true. So... when I can only be Baba and there's only one Baba, I cannot imagine a circumstance where I want this to be true. Oh, so maybe that's just a demonstration. Can I retrieve that melt somehow? Okay, so ghost. Grass is hot. Grass is belt? Which way is that grass facing? Oh, I can't. Grass is grass. Okay. So no transmuting that. Belt is not flag, fair enough. Could grass be flag? I don't see why not. Why is that? No, that's grass. Could belt be flag? Yes, but, well, no. No, belt is not flag. Grass is grass. Okay, right. So this is why that doesn't work, this is why that doesn't work. Obviously, I'm supposed to interact with this star. Star has no rules about it. STAR, so I could change that. What can a star do for me? What do I end up with if I spell star here? Like, remaining letters can be what? It's anagram time again. Ghost. I can do ghost. Because I can overlap. Okay, right. So, ooh. Dual layer anagrams. Dual layer? That's a weird way to say that. So more complicated anagrams because I can crossword them. So they can share one letter. Alright, this is starting to look definitely like something. Feels like the reason I want the star to drop is so that that can become true, maybe. Now I don't have a ghost at the moment, but if I did, it could do that. I could make belt into ghost, but then that would be okay, wouldn't it? For a moment. But ultimately, no. So the reason that would be okay is because ghost is stop, so me performs no mischief there. However, if I now do ghost is flag, ghost is ghost. Whoops, I keep missing these no transmutation rules. Okay, so once a ghost is a ghost, it stays a ghost. And the reason I would want this to be a ghost is so that that star would stop when it drops. Well, that sounds good. STAR... Flag is fall. Reasonable. Okay, yeah, I can do that now, right? So hang on, if I pre-position this... Sure, flag is fall, nothing wrong with that. Great. And then, do I need both of those? Oh, yes, I do totally need both of those is's, don't I? Well, why? So belt is ghost. I wasn't using them at the same time. Great, belt is ghost. Flag is fall is already phrased, so now all I need is star is flag, right? And that's where the problem comes from. Well, does it? Why? Oh, because, right, because it does. Yeah, so no making star is flag anymore. The reason I need a ghost there is to stop the thing that falls, so it doesn't go beyond the skull, which kills me. Okay. What's this melt about? Grass was hot for a moment. Is there anybody that could be hot that in a way that would benefit me? I mean, no, because the only thing that melts is me, and I don't want to melt. That just kills me. Again, there is no situation I can see how that would benefit me. Alright, so here's one of these situations again. I don't have a word overlapping mechanism this time. All I have is letters I can spell stuff with. This feels almost right. I don't have an I or an... I do have an S. I don't have an I. I don't think there's any reason I have to spell grass, right? This doesn't seem like it benefits me. Because all I could do is assign it a property, not turn it into another object because of this. And what property would I want to assign it? There aren't really any properties here. There's fall way over there. Grass doesn't fit in here. If I spelled grass, once again, I couldn't use any overlapping can't crossword this time. All I can spell is hot. Alright. So that's the only thing grass can be with this set of letters. So it's just ghost and star, crosswording. Why both at once, though? Still wondering if I'm forgetting a word, or not thinking of a word I could spell with these anagrams. At is not a word. Can't make an on. Or doesn't mean anything. As... no. Okay, so... it's like I have all the components of a solution, but just not... they don't go in the right order. And so once again, I really feel like I should understand this. There's gotta be a reason for this. Beyond just showing me that. So I guess the other thing that lets me do is just as useless and deadly. I can do that, and I can do this. There's only the one grass. There's only the one thing that melts. This game doesn't really use misdirection such as it is, as far as I've ever known. All right. Well, I'm going to stare quietly at this for a bit. Just out of curiosity, does this do the obvious? Sure does. Alright, so I looked at all the contradictions I had and thought about ways to resolve them. The whole thing here is that something has to fall, so something has to go there. Only flag really fits. Belt could fit, but it's useless. Ghost couldn't fit. Star couldn't fit. So flag as fall is going to have to be phrased here. So, but when that happens, the belt needs to be a ghost. But if the belt is a ghost, then this cannot go onto there. So I think there's a way to do this simultaneously. So here's what I'm gonna try and do. I feel like this bypasses some stuff, which makes me suspect it's probably not going to ultimately lead me where I need to be. But I don't know. Alright, so I need the G to go here. What about the star part of this? I can make Ghost Star, like the end of Ghost begins star on the next thing, and I wonder if that would count. Anyway, so the way this works is I put the G on there, put the flag on here, I guess the whole problem with this is that... Wait, no, okay, sorry. So this is fine. I just need to do another step first. It'll be quicker to restart. So all I need to do first then would be flag is star. No, star is flag. Which, yeah, doesn't really cost me anything. You just kind of do it. So this depends on rule evaluation order. Like, either it'll work or it won't. But it might work. Okay, so I want the G right here. Right, and I need to do a thing different from what I did before. I need to spell ghosts, but not add the T. So there's ghosts. Here's the T. Here's the flag. Here's the is. There's a SAR, which means nothing. And here's a belt. So simultaneously, belt is ghost and flag is fall will be phrased. How will this evaluate? Exactly the way I wanted it to. Perfect. Okay, I did it. Still kind of weirded out that this is superfluous. And like the fact that I can cross ghost and star to phrase both at once seems like it should have meant something, but it didn't. I'm gonna say I know better than to look at this now. I'll let this stand on its own. I mean, it's possible it might be a 5-minute thing, but I doubt it. And I'll feel better looking at it with fresh eyes another day. Okay, cool. So next time Meteor Strike, and then if that goes well enough, I'll be done with this little subworld. And I guess all that's left after that is the one mountaintop puzzle, the final puzzle, and meta puzzles here. Alright, cool. I'll see you then.